Hi everyone, it's Shar and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another CC video. So I was thinking back in my head, you're gonna look at the screen for a while with me. What am I even saying? I was thinking about when I first started playing The Sims and how much I loved like everyone's CC, because I didn't play The Sims for The Sims 4. It wasn't really my thing. I was a reader. I'm sorry. My family was also poor. We could not have afforded for me to play The Sims. So I would love all of their CC and think, well, where do they get it? Where do they get it? And I, like a lot of people, started with The Sims resource. So in today's video, I want to show you where I get all of my alpha CC. This is pretty much all of the CC that's in my game, with the exception of one or two pieces from like very obscure or random creators that I just happened to stumble across. Instead, I'm focusing on the creators for whom I have a lot of content from. So if you see my Sims in my series or in my thumbnails and you think, wow, I really love that CC, you will probably see it in this video and who it is from. My number one piece of advice for you when it comes to like finding custom content or downloading custom content is to figure out which creators you love. So when you download things into your CC mods folder, instead of just like putting it in everywhere, I used a strategy. You want to make sure that what I do is I have one folder that's just like new CC, and that's for any miscellaneous CC that I get that I don't necessarily have more than 3 or 4 pieces from one creator from, goes into that folder. And whenever I accumulate, let's say 5, 6, 7 plus pieces from a creator, I give them their own separate folder and put it into my mods folder. That way, if I'm ever searching for custom content, I know exactly who my favorites are. For example, this is what I end up with. I end up with several tabs of creators who I already know, which brings us into the video. So I'm going to tell you where I get my CC from, to kind of walk you through on their websites. I go to their Patreons first. We'll go to the Sims resource in a little bit. And then I'm going to go into the game and show you 3 Sims who I created using some of the custom content from this creators. So the first one is Praline Sims. And Praline actually has a lot of really fantastic builds. You can become a Patreon if you want, but they also offer plenty of free content. Like this is free. I like going to Praline Sims for their makeup and their piercings and their eyebrows. So that's mostly what I get from them, but this is their website. These glasses are super cute and I just downloaded them. I got a lot of stuff from Praline recently. You have these chain piercings, and Praline is just a really fantastic creator. If you want to get like really beautiful makeup, really amazing piercings, like Praline is your go-to creator, especially if you're looking for more eyebrows. So I have their November eyebrow pack. So that's Praline Sims. I'm not going to spend too long on their pages. I'm going to have everything linked below, but just so you know, this is one of them. Then we have Sims. Sims is a creator I recently found when I was just doing CC downloads. They do really great hairs. I particularly like them for their male hairs. A lot of their male hairs are in my game, but they also do things like blushes, which I will explore later. They have lashes, but I just use the Kajiko lashes. I also have some of their clothes, which tend to lean very, very, very alpha. So if you don't like that, maybe not for you, but their lashes and their hairs is what I tend to go for, because male hairs are really hard to come across. So if you're looking for that, there you go. Then we have Soboro, another recent discovery, but Soboro makes the best, like bougie, very wealthy clothes, like what your sim would wear if they were part of some elite society. This is it. So I absolutely love Subaru and their clothes. I just think it is really beautiful, really high quality, really unique. I only know of maybe 1 or 2 other creators that do clothes like these, and Subaru is just like absolutely fantastic. If you saw my video where I was giving Clover Wyatt a makeover, you would have seen a lot of Subaru's clothes featured in there, and I just absolutely love Subaru's clothes. I think they are fantastic. I can go on and on and on and on. I have this page bookmarked and filtered by public because I am not a Patreon of Subaru. Then we come to Remy Ring. someone who does pretty similar items. Remy Rings is a Korean creator. They do really fantastic things. A lot of their things are locked behind Patreon walls, but you can see that there are definitely some pieces that are public, and you'll see more of Remy Rings creations when we jump into the Create a Sim portion and I show you the Sims who are wearing it. So that's Remy Rings. Check it out. I like showing you this as well because you can see like whose CC is typically locked behind the Patreon wall and who you want to be a patron for. Then we come to Newen Sims. Newen Sims is one of my favorite creators, and a lot like Subaru, it kind of reminds me of this, which I love. I just think it's really nice. You can see some of their content. So if you see like more of these kind of edgy pieces and you're wondering, well, where did I get that? I probably got it from Newen Sims. They do really fantastic clothes that is just unique, and I like to tell a story with my Sims and kind of how they dress, and amazing CC creators like this just really help make it possible. So that's Newen Sims. PLB Sims. PLB Sims also has Patreon levels. A relatively recent discovery. You can see a lot of their things are locked behind Patreon walls, but as I'm going to keep saying, there are public, like, available for you to download immediately. In there, PLB Sims, just look at this picture, you can tell just really high quality clothes. All the clothes are high quality, but this is another CC creator I tend to download a lot from. Gorilla. I just have this as Gorilla X3 in my folder. Gorilla does really fantastic clothes, especially for males. Like, a lot of the clothes that my male Sims wear comes from Gorilla. You can just tell how high quality it is by looking at it. You're not going to see a lot of Gorilla. You will see some of them because they also do amazing female clothes. Like, hello, look at how beautiful this dress is. But they just do really amazing clothes. Another creator that I do recommend that you check out if you're looking for CC. If you really like Alpha CC, which why would you be watching this video if you didn't like Alpha CC? But I have almost all of their custom content. So if you're ever watching my video and you're wondering where did I get that from, probably Gorilla. Dream Girl. I think I found Dream Girl CC this year. Quickly became one of my favorites. This is my absolute favorite dress. You can tell I have a certain aesthetic for my Sims. They just do really fun clothes. I have a lot of their custom content, not too much of it because it does tend to lean very alpha, but a creator that is worth mentioning if you like this kind of style and you want these kind of clothes. Like the strawberry dress, I absolutely love. Then we come to Obscurus Sims, who I go to for skin details. Obscurus skin details are bar none. They're absolutely fantastic. Like, just look at these Sims and you all know from watching anyone who uses custom content, skin details will completely change your Sim. 100% change everything about them. Take them from your average looking Maxis Match Sim to a supermodel on the runway, and I absolutely love Obscurus for that. They also do eyes that I love, but you'll see Obscurus featured more when we create the Sims because I believe I use pretty much Obscurus skin details exclusively in this video for the Sims. Graffiti. I was not going to mention Graffiti or Simplicity for this video. You've seen me mention them before. They have really fantastic content, but I recently, meaning like an hour ago, became a patron for both of them, and the reason why I really love Graffiti is just their clothes are really nice, but they also are more kind of streetwear style, which is different to what you would have seen in the other creators I just showcased. So Graffiti just did really amazing content. Like, this top is one of my absolute favorites. They are Patreon exclusive for the most part, so you would probably have to subscribe, but they do have some pieces of custom content here and there. And Graffiti themselves, Graffiti, I know, but I call it Graffiti. Graffiti themselves has a link to their Simsdom page on their Patreon site, which is the only time I would link you to their Simsdoms page because they themselves promote it. Then we have Simplicity. I go to Simplicity because they do amazing hair, specifically curly hair. almost any curly hair you see in my game. Like, look at how nice this wavy hair is. But almost any curly hair you see in my game likely comes from Simpliciotti. Again, I'm not going to show you too much because normally this is locked behind the Patreon wall, but I am a patron, so you are seeing it. But if you are curious, you want to support CC creators, and you're wondering, well, who do I recommend for a CC creator to become a patron of? I recommend Simpliciotti, Graffiti, and a few others, which we won't get to because they're more for mods. So let's look at some of the other bookmarks. I have an entire folder for best CC creators. So we looked at everyone down here. Now we're going to go to all of the ones on the Sims resource. Okay. So the disclaimer about the Sims resource here is that if you are not a member of the Sims resource, for you to download content on this website, it's going to be a pain in your butt because you have to wait 10 plus seconds every time you download any single item, and it will take you hours to do it. I finally caved and got a membership because I saw Vixella promoting it and I wanted to support her, so I just used her link, got a membership, and it's been really great to actually have it because you can batch download it. But this is not an advertisement for the Sims resource. Instead, I'm going to show you some of my favorite creators. So leading more into that kind of like athleisure, streetwear kind of look, we have Vi Sims. I like Vi Sims for their kind of dresses, and I just like the textures of their clothes. They look very soft and silky, but I have a lot of Sims, or I will have a lot of Sims, who are more athletic in their style, and I think that Vi Sims does this really well of having athletic clothes but make it high fashion and streetwear, which I really enjoy. I really love Vi's dresses. I just think they're absolutely stunning. I love all of the gold detailing, and they just do some of my favorite dresses, like party wear outfits. Vi Sims is my go-to. Sonia Sims is another recent creator that I stumbled across, and I love Sonia's hairs. Sonia's hairs are some of the most beautiful hairs I have ever seen. If you see my Sims walking around and you're thinking, in my videos obviously, duh, and you're thinking, where is that hair from? There's a really good chance it's a Sonia Sims hair, and I'm happy to recommend their CC. Their hairs are absolutely incredible. If you're playing on a laptop, make sure you like unclick the compressed textures things, otherwise it's gonna look weird. Wings Sims. Wings Sims is someone with like very particular color swatches, but I think that they've improved a lot in their hair swatches, and their hairs are almost bar none some of the most alpha hairs I found. You can see the individual strands, and on the Sim it actually looks like alpha hair. Wings Sims recently has knocked out a lot of my other favorite CC hair creators just because their hair textures are up there. Like, if you want your Sims hair to look like hair, to be alpha hair, Wing Sims is incredible. You're gonna struggle if your Sim's a redhead. Not going to find a shade. If your Sim's a brunette, it'll be a little bit trickier. But other than that, as I mentioned, their newer hairs have really improved. Recognize this hair because Faye wears it. But I just can't say enough good things about how great this hair is. Bill Sims is another kind of, I'm not going to say streetwear, but it's more like that party wear, very not revealing. It's just more trendy, I would say. It's like club wear is how I would describe Bill Sims CC. It's really great. You'll know this corset top. I don't have much to say about it. It's fantastic to see. If you like what you're seeing on this page, if you like how some of my Sims dress, check out Bill Sims for some alpha CC. S Club. S Club is more known for their accessories, or at least that's what I knew them for. I got a lot of S Club's accessories, but recently their hairs have just gotten unbelievable. I would compare it to Wing Sims. Like, you'll see me use Wing Sims hairs, Sonia Sims hairs, and S Club Sims hairs the most. If you see any of my videos, that is likely what my Sim is wearing. They do really fantastic hair. They also do really fantastic accessories, if that is what you're looking for. And if you like the hyper realistic, like alpha skin, they have fantastic alpha skins too. They're just a little bit too alpha for me. I go to S Club for accessories and hair, and more recently, more likely for hairs. Nightcrawler is a tried and true. They haven't posted a lot of stuff recently, and that's totally fine. That's their prerogative. They haven't posted anything this year, but Nightclub still has really amazing hairs. If you're looking for more variety in hairs, they're a good CC creator to check out. That's all I have to say. MJ95 is for shoes. Not one of my favorite shoe creators, I have to be honest with you, but because coming across shoes for The Sims 4 is really difficult if you don't want your Sims feet to look like giant clown feet. But Madeline, or MJ95, does really fantastic shoes, mostly heels. They're great in your game if you like shoes, if you care about what's on your Sims' feet. MJ95 is a pretty good creator for you to check out. I'm going to jump this way because where I actually get a lot of my shoes from that I enjoy a little bit more than MJ95, still really amazing content from MJ95, but my more personal style is Jewess Sims. This is a creator I found a couple of months ago, and they just do really fantastic shoes. Even like flat shoes goes really well. The quality in the game is fantastic, and I highly recommend it. Again, if you are looking for shoes for your Sims. They also do some really cool accessories. Like, this is one of my favorites. I have this. I have a lot of the stuff on this page, but I go to Jewess Sims if I'm looking for shoes. Leah Lilith is well known. Everyone knows who Leah Lilith is. You know their hairs. I really love their hairs. It's not as alpha as a Wing Sims hair. I'm gonna let you know. Like, you can see the strands, but it doesn't have that kind of glossy shine to it. It's just hair. I really like their hairstyles. I think they do it really well. This is one of my personal favorites. If you're looking for hairs, Leah Lilith, you know this creator unless you're brand new to The Sims 4, but they are also linked down below. They have pages and pages and pages and pages and pages of hairs. You will find the hairstyle that you are looking for at some point, and if you play with Alpha CC, you know you can never have enough hairs because you don't want all of your Sims to have the exact same hairstyles or hair textures, and Leah Lilith is a good person to go to for Alpha CC hair. Busra, we come back to our more clubby streetwear. I don't go to Busra often, but I do have a lot of their CC. It is very alpha in the game, but I love like this set, for example. I love the jeans and the open top. If I have a specific style in mind, like this dress, I know I can go to Busra if I'm looking for something that is very alpha, very kind of walking the edge between where it is what I would describe as like Insta trendy, I guess, is Busra CC, but I love that. So I like creating Sims that look that way and who dress that way, so I enjoy Busra's content. And finally, we come to Anto, another fantastic CC creator for hairs. Anto does a lot of fantastic hair. I get some of their CC curly hair from here, so if you can't subscribe to Simplicity, because a lot of their hair, like I mentioned, is locked behind that Patreon wall, Anto, you can come to this page and get a lot of Anto's hair, and they do really amazing hairs. Male hair specifically is normally what I come to Anto for, but you can see they do a lot of female hairs too. Like, this hair is beautiful. I've loved this hair. I have this hair. I have almost every hair on this page except for this one. Not because it's not nice, it's just not how I would dress my Sims. So that concludes the portion of us kind of going through the creators. I do recommend that you keep a folder just called Best CC Creators. It's going to make your life a lot easier if you're going to go custom content shopping, and you know that you go custom content shopping quite a lot. So I'm going to jump into the game, and we're going to look at the Sims that I made using very specific creators that I featured in this video. Okay, so we are in the game. Oh, she glitched. Okay, this is Elena. They're actually, these three girls who you saw on the thumbnail are actually Sims in my save file. They all go to college together. They live in the same house. They're about to graduate. It's a whole story. Their story's not important right now. You're here for the links, okay? That's okay. If you're watching, you want to know what the CC looks like in the game. So I'm going to walk you through all of the CC that these girls are waiting, starting with Elena. So she's wearing a praline eyebrow. This is the N165 crepe eyebrow. She is wearing an Obscurus N15 skin detail. She has 3 Pixis skin details, which are adding these kind of like textures to her lips and the nostril thing and the kind of definition around her nostril through the shadows that comes from Pixis. She has a praline dimple. So these cute little dimples are from Praline Sims. She is wearing a Sonia Sims hair. Look at how beautiful this hair is. You can just tell exactly what I mean. It looks like real hair. I love the ombre kind of balayage look. All the little baby hairs. It's perfection, okay? It is perfection. She has Obscurus N3 contacts on, which I always turn down the opacity of to kind of blend with her natural eye color. She is wearing Obscurus Lips 25, which is what is giving her more of that lip texture as well as the color to her face, which small details like this can make your Sims look more realistic if that is what you're hoping to do, which again, you're watching an Alpha CC Sim video, so I'm assuming that is what you're hoping to do. She is wearing a Praline N64 blush. Again, I turned down the opacity, and what that's doing is adding more of that realistic texture to her skin. So you see she kind of looks like she has pores. So I love that for her. She's wearing a Grim Cookies inner eye highlight. So this little highlight is a Grim Cookies one. Technically Max's, but it works for anyone. It's an eye highlight. We have a Jewess Sims necklace. Remember, I go to Jewess for shoes, but their accessories are also really nice, as you can tell by this necklace that she's wearing, which is absolutely stunning. She is wearing a Remy Rings top. So Remy Rings, I showed you a little bit of. It's more of this kind of edgy, how many times am I going to say streetwear in this video? But that's what I think of, okay? I think streetwear. She looks fantastic in it. Her jeans are Nguyen Sims. So you see that Nguyen Sims and Remy Rings are creators that I use fairly often. Yes, her shoes are clipping a little bit. Don't worry about it. I love these jeans. They just stand out in my game. They clip a little bit because my girl is very curvy, but not enough to bother me or anything like that. And she has Madeline boots, otherwise known as MJ95. They remind me of the 70s, and I just felt like that fit her personality really, really well. So you can see what the skin details, hair, and clothes did for this sim. Maybe I'll show you their Maxis versions. I don't know, but that's Elena. Then we move on to Janelle. So Janelle's a sorority sister. There's something going on in this storyline. Sorority. I think I'm like sorority. They're not in a sorority. But here is Janelle, who's absolutely beautiful. She is wearing an S Club S2001 brow. So S Club also does eyebrows. As I mentioned, they do really good hair, which also goes to facial hair. She is wearing an Anto hair. Because remember, Anto does really, really curly hair. And if you're looking for that alternative, they do great curly hair. So that's her. I love the braids and the baby hairs. I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful hair. Yes, it is showing scalp, but FYI, if you've never gotten braids, it's going to show scalp. I would wear this hairstyle all the time when I was a little kid. I have curly hair just like this, so I like to see it in the game. But yeah, obviously, braids are going to show scalp if you do them. So then we have an Obscurus N19 skin detail. So you can see this is different. It's definitely a little bit more alpha. It smooths her face, but they have these kind of like under eye bags and the pores, and even the lip color comes with the skin. So I just love the way that looks. Then we have an Obscurus N4i. So her eyes is more of like this kind of honey brown, little bit of olive into it. That's an Obscurus eye overlay that I just turned the opacity down a little bit because it can be very intense if the opacity is up, but the eye contacts all work if you want to turn the opacity down. Then she is wearing a praline earring. So I love her earrings. Again, more of that edgy piercings is what I can go to praline for. She is wearing a Gorilla X3 full body outfit. Look at how amazing this kind of waffle knit cardigan is. I love it. The dress is cute. I love the way it's crinkling. It looks very realistic. It is beautiful. And she's wearing a Jewess sandal. So of all of our Sim, Janelle is wearing the least amount of stuff, but she still looks amazing. Shows you don't need a lot of CC to create really amazing alpha Sims, especially if you have the right skin details, and the Obscurus N19 is one of the best if you want to go for it and you just want to kind of put something on and be done and have your Sim look beautiful and amazing. That's what you can do. Then we move on to one of my favorite Sims, which is Emery. Emery is just so cute, and the reason why I love Emery so much is a lot of reasons. I love her story, but this is not about her story. Her hair. It's her hair. I love her hair. I want her hair. My hair is black, so it would be a lot of damage to try to get it to be this color, but I love it, and I'm going to live through her. So Emery is wearing a Praline N114 brow. These brows right here, you can see they're absolutely stunning. You can also see that Emery's hair is naturally black anyway, but it works with her. So you can see like all the fine details in the brows down to the front, which are normally more sparse, at least on my brows they are. So I love the way it looks on her. She's wearing an Obscurus N13 Skin, which I absolutely adore. It's a general base overlay that she has. I would show you my skin details, but we're not in full edit mode right now. So, oh, we are in full edit mode. So you can see I have my skin details organized because I have a mod that sorts it. So I always start with the base one at the top, and then we work our way down and add layers to it. So this is her base skin detail, the Obscurus N13. She's wearing Pixis overlays. She has 3 of them, adding the shadows and shape to her nose, a little bit under her eyes, and then her mouth just kind of having that definition in the middle. You can't really see it, but it makes a difference, okay? A little bit that shine as well is where that's coming from. She has a Remus Syrian Nose Overlay 4, who I did not feature in this video. I don't have a lot of Remus Syrian content, but I have some, and she's wearing a nose overlay here, giving her that kind of button nose shape with the freckles on the top, which I really like. She is wearing an Obscurus N31 lip gloss. So her lips have a shine that's coming from her lip gloss, which I love. You can just see how natural it looks, which makes her look more realistic. She's one of my only Sims wearing a lot of makeup, and even then I toned it way down with the opacity sliders. So the next thing she's wearing is an Sims blush. I mentioned Sims for like male hair, but they also do makeup, and the blush that she's wearing is this cute freckly one over her entire face. That comes from Sims, again with the opacity turned down a little bit to make it look a bit more natural. She's wearing an Obscurus eyeshadow. I don't know which one, but it's an Obscurus eyeshadow, so if you like that little bit of hint of brown around her eyes, that is where I got it from. I can probably show you. It's this one, which looks like this. So Obscurus N3 eyeshadow is what she's wearing. She also has on Mercy earrings. So these earrings come from Mercy, again another CC creator that I didn't actually feature in the video, but Mercy Sims does nice like jewelry and stuff, so that's where I got that from. She's wearing a Leah Lilith hair. Look at this color. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. It just looks so good, okay? It looks so good, but you could tell the difference between like a Sonia Sims hair and a Leah Lilith. You can still see the strands. It just looks different in the Sim, right? It has more of a drawn-on kind of look, except for the ends, which are just so natural, and I'm obsessed with this hair. It's the hair I want, but I can't have, so I'm gonna give it to my Sim. And then we come to her outfit. So again, she's wearing a New One Sims full body outfit, this kind of jumpsuit, which is definitely the more alpha version of anything. Our girl looks great, and I love the little chain going off of the outfit. And she is wearing a Jewess boot. Just look at how good that looks. The boots that look like socks, okay? That's what I want. So those are the 3 girls. Obviously, I didn't show you CC from all of the creators. I doubt you're even watching this long, but I just wanted to show you how I would create the Sims with just a few of the CC creators that I use most often. I hope that you enjoyed this video. At the very least, I hope that you find the links in the comments or in the description, wherever I put it, at least somewhat helpful to you. And I'm gonna see you in my next video. Make sure to subscribe, and see you next time. Bye, everyone.